How's it going, guys? Who Duelist here? Today we got a smashing top 4 UA profile. Let's get it, buddy. What do you got here? What are you doing?
Right, so the new cards definitely have given this deck some new gas, and so naturally I'm trying out 3 of them, mainly because they add so much depth to the deck. So extra normal summon's always great, but what this other card does is, even though he can't do the tag outs that normal UAs can, he does add another body to the board to do their teamwork. And so, do you want me to go over the effects?
Yeah. Good.
So, on the opponent's main phase, I tag out a level 5 or higher from my hand to the deck and special summon a different named UA from the deck, and then bounces this to my hand, which gives me some more options to the opponent's turn. Normally it would just be ace and maybe block backer to negate stuff, but at least this way I have at least a third angle, and then it's a normal summon that actually does something by itself. And it's kind of beefy too. And then this one, whenever I summon a UA, I can summon it from my hand, and when I get him onto the field, he gets either one or 2 effects. I can target a card to pop it or negate non-UAs on the field. So that could get around quite a few things, not to mention it's another body on the board, because sometimes UAs just struggle to have 2 monsters to do anything.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
And the teamwork becomes more evident with the other cards too. So next are some of the old cards, but they're still useful. The reason I'm not playing as many as those is because the deck does enough searching that you can just toolbox your way around these, and you can just go around anyways. Besides, Spiker needs different names to tag out. And so Ace is the negating the opponent's turn. Slugger is when you attack, it's in our middies. This pierces and pops the card in the field, and this can, on the special summon of opponent's monster, push them to defend, change their battle position, and negates their effects.
Okay.
So these are the main defensive options, but player manager can also come in and help negate a thing or pop a thing as well. So Spiker has a couple of options here. Nice. And just like most other cards, they can do the tag out effect. So that way it's useful for turning on their effects when they're summoned by a spell later in the deck. Next, the last UA monster, I just play as one up because, to be honest, it doesn't do much on its own, but you still need to have as many normal summons as you can without needing a tribute summon or anything like that.
Yeah.
And onto the hand traps. I could play more than these. At the moment, I just couldn't find a third Ash, to be honest, but I don't mind this ratio either. If I find another hand trap, maybe I could cut a player manager. But otherwise, you can fill the deck with other hand traps that you like.
Okay.
Add a call, whatnot. Next are the field spells, the heart and soul of the deck, to be honest, because without these, the deck doesn't really function. So the new field spell lets you grab a new UA or an FA from the deck to hand. And that's some combos in the FA deck too, but in the UA deck, you can grab that or a UA stadium that's in the graveyard. So even more uses. Its second effect is to reveal a field spell in your hand, pay 1,000 to get an extra normal summon. So that lets you get a couple searches with this. And this one is the main combo maker. When you normal a UA, you get to search the deck for another UA. And so if you get 2 normal summons, you get 2 searches. The second effect comes up every now and then, but it's mainly just the OTK source. Buffs up you guys by 500 when you special summon a UA. And so, unfortunately, it's mandatory, so you have to do it on your very first UA special summon. But extra copies could then buff your guys further. I guess they can't make UAs too broken.
Is it more than once per turn for the 500 game?
Like, if I have one, and I use a special effect and I replace it with another one, then I could. But per copy, no.
Okay.
If I keep special summoning, it does stack up for the guys that stay on the field.
Oh, that's sweet.
And of course, terraforming because it's a field spell deck.
Yeah.
Next, the deck doesn't really need the extra deck, so this is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Now this was the card I was talking about. You special summon a UA from the deck, and you lose life once equal to the level of the monster you summoned. Ideally, you'd probably be summoning the level force anyways, because there's more than enough big monsters to swap them out. So the monster you summon will be negated, can be used as synchro or X material, but then you just tag it out with someone and then put it back on the field if you want or whatnot, and it's live again.
That's crazy.
It's once per turn, but like there's a reason why I got an OTS shiny upgrade. Foolish Burial Goods comes into play with UA Penalty Box. I banish this from the grave to search any of my UA spells, which makes this a rota for those cards too.
Crazy.
Fill whatever I'm missing, maybe because you like to see both field spells in your hand. That'd be one way to get that play started. Or you could even search Jersey, which isn't necessary, but when it comes up great because it buffs a monster by 1,000 attack and defense, lets it attack again after destroying a monster, and it doubles any battle damage. Can't stay on a monster for too long, otherwise it will banish it during my standby phase. But we can work around that. And then when it goes to the grave, because the guy was equipped to get bounced to my hand, it then adds itself from the graveyard to hand. So it's obviously meant to synergize with their tagging out effects. Now, I could play less of Penalty Box. I just have issues of later Foolish Burial Goods being dead. So you could cut the one. Right now it's a 42 card deck, so you could even cut one of this and Player Manager, for example. That'd be one way to go about it. And the last few cards of the deck are just other good cards like Imperm and Rhoda, because you know, another UA monster. As I mentioned, the extra deck's not that important. You could fill this with anything. I have the Maximus things just in case it comes up. Some generic good cards. And if I gamma my turn.
I'm gonna say you made that today. I saw that.
And then a few choice rank 4s. Could be anything, to be honest.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So, yeah, the extra deck's not as important, but it's there when it's needed.
Yeah.
And the side deck's just, you know, a meta call, but it's just what I felt like playing today. Now, I feel like sometimes instead of Nibiru, it could be a Kaiju, just because of the potential re-emergence of Dragoon.
Yeah.
And Dragoon can usually, out of Verte, use usually before the 5th summon anyway, so that could swap out. I'm not sure if this is as good anyways, but you know, it's a meta call, so you can go anywhere from there for your side. Nothing too terribly important for UAs to still really need in the side deck per se.
Perfect. Thanks so much for the profile, my guy. That's fantastic. I got smoked today by this deck, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the spice. You know what it is, guys. Let's get it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. It means the world to me. Like, comment, subscribe, share for more. Hit that notification bell so you can see more hero videos pop up. Join the hero gang, guys. You know what it is. We here for life. We coming strong. Let's get it. Stay safe, stay frosty, and as always, let's go.